Oh, yeah, because that's worked for the last 10 years. We need to stop spending money because it hasn't worked. And you're sort of like, you're biting your own fist. You're going, because it's like saying we shouldn't recruit a Premier League experienced manager because look what happened with Ten Hag and Amrin. Well, that's like saying, you know, I've given up on women. I'm going to start dating men because the last 3 women I've been out with have been really horrible. Well, there's loads of women out there. Don't give up on women just because you've had 3 bad dates. And just because you've recruited badly doesn't mean that we don't need to spend money. So how, if we're not going to spend money anymore because we've wasted $1 billion over the last 10 years, what's the way back? Because I know the way back. If I could buy Erling Haaland, and I could buy Elliot Anderson, and I could buy Mark Gahey, and I could buy Semenyo, I think we'd win the league. We'd certainly start building towards winning the league, but that will cost you, well, some of them aren't gettable, but it's going to cost you $500 million, isn't it, to get 4 players of that quality. But you've got people going, oh, no, we can't keep talking about spending money because we've tried that. No, we haven't tried that. We've just done it wrong. We bought wrong players because we've got morons in charge. If we had a decent director of football and we had a decent CEO, spending money is exactly the right way to go. We have to spend money. And it winds me up when people go, oh yeah, well, I don't think we should because we've tried that. We haven't tried it. We've done it wrong. And it goes the same with the manager. Are you telling me we're not going to go for Enrique or Nagelsmann because they've got no Premier League experience? Is that real? Because I've heard it a few times. I've heard it a few times from numerous journalists. So are they being briefed? You know, is Laurie Wilcox getting it from the club? I don't know. But I have heard it a few times about how United won't recruit a manager that hasn't got Premier League experience, which is incredible to me. Jurgen Klopp didn't have Premier League experience when he went to Liverpool. Pep Guardiola didn't have Premier League experience when he went to Man City. Arsene Wenger didn't have Premier League experience when he went to Arsenal. Ancelotti didn't have Premier League experience when he went to Chelsea. It's bullshit. It's absolutely bullshit. But again, I think we almost accept this moronic approach to running a football club. We're not buying people over 26. We're just going to buy kids. We're not going to spend in January because we like to spend in the summer. We're not going to bring a manager in unless they've got Premier League experience. So you're telling me Oliver Glasner's a better pick than Luis Enrique? You're telling me that Marco Silva's a better pick than Nagelsmann? It's nonsense. Absolutely nonsense. But they put this stuff out there like it's, yeah, we're happy for that to go out. We're happy. And it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Look, I saw an interesting piece with Jamie Carragher last night where it listed off all of the managers that Manchester United could go for. And if I get it here, where was it? There's a lot of candidates. So you got potential manager candidates who will be available in the summer. Carlo Ancelotti, Didier Deschamps, Roberto Martinez, Nagelsmann, Pochettino, Tuchel. Then you've got available right now Zidane, Xavi, Southgate, Maresca, Klopp, Xabi Alonso, and then you've got people in clubs that are probably going to go this summer. Iriola's going to leave Bournemouth, Glasner, Marco Silva, Valverde at Athletic. Then you've got De Zerbi, Enrique, Simeone, Cesc Fabregas, and then people like Eddie Howe. So there's some good candidates there. And I went through the list. I looked at that list and I went, you know what? When Sir Alex Ferguson left Manchester United, can you remember this? You should all remember this. I mean, it was what, 13 years ago? Was it 13 years? Yeah, 13. Oh God, time flies. I tell you what, I always say this. If somebody told me the day Sir Alex Ferguson walked out onto Old Trafford for the last time that we would never get near a Premier League title, and no, you could go forward to 2026 and United haven't been in a title race, I'd say, what did we do for 13 years then? I mean, that you take yourself back to that moment where Sir Alex Ferguson's on that pitch and somebody says we won't be in a title race for 13 years, and even in 13 years we're not in a title race. I've only gone forward to 2026. You'd go, and then they go, and the Glazers are still in charge. You'd go, what the hell have we been doing for 13 years? Exactly. But anyway, look, when Sir Alex Ferguson left, the greatest manager of all time, the market was rubbish. The manager market was absolutely terrible. And that's why we ended up with David Moyes. It was crap. Mourinho had already committed to Real Madrid. There was just not a manager market there. You look at this summer market, right? They've got to get it right. They've got to get it right. And what worries me about Glinios is when there's an open goal, they Timo Werner it. We've had so many open goals over the last 2 years and they've missed every time. But this manager market is incredible. Now, look, Liverpool might enter it. Real Madrid are definitely in it. Man City might enter it. But Arsenal won't. Chelsea won't. Bayern Munich won't. So there's not that many in it. And even then, go back to that list. Even with Real Madrid in the market, even with Liverpool in the market, even with Man City in the market, you've still got Ancelotti, Nagelsmann, Pochettino, Tuchel, Xavi Alonso, Jurgen Klopp, not for us, Xavi, Zidane, Maresca, Glasner, Iriola, Marco Silva, De Zerbi, Enrique, Simeone, Eddie Howe. I mean, how many managers have I done there? Did I get? I got past 10. There's a ridiculous amount of managers there in the summer. Almost too many. You can't miss. And you can't go with Carrick. Because if you go with Carrick and you miss out on the dream, this summer market, I've never known it for managers. It's incredible. Somebody just said Chelsea might be in their market. Well, to be honest, it is Chelsea. If Rosina has a bad couple of months, it could be. But B86 says there's 15 managers there. Exactly. And, my top 3 from that list, I'll tell you now, in no particular order, Ancelotti, Enrique, and, well, I could do a top 5. Ancelotti, Enrique, Tuchel. There's someone I really like that I'm going to miss out on here. Eddie Howe. And I think Nagelsmann. I think those would be my 5. Yeah. Ancelotti, Enrique, Eddie Howe, Tuchel, Nagelsmann. I've got 5 choices. Even if Man City and Real Madrid and Liverpool take one of them, which I don't think they'll go for those 5. I've got 5 choices there. This manager market is wild. Absolutely wild. We cannot ignore it to go with Carrick, I don't think. And I'm not being disrespectful to Carrick. I've said, give him 10 games. Let's see where we are in April. I don't even put Carrick in the conversation till April anyway. So for now, he doesn't get the job. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just saying I don't even consider Carrick until April. So between now and April, I'm like, he can't have the job. If in April we're in a different position, maybe I'll revisit it.